All right, we have student athletes, Anthony Delgaizo and Bobby Trevino with us. We're going to start with them. Questions for these two student athletes right now. We'll start. We'll bring the mic to you. So first question, we'll go to Joe.
Bobby, just what are the emotions like right now?
It's a lot. It's something I haven't felt in a really long time. Just a lot of obviously sadness, and I don't know. It's really. It's just I don't know. It's terrible. I don't know how to explain it at all. I don't know.
Okay, next question. Right up here, please.
What was it like to get off to the start that you guys had? And did you feel that was important to be able to try and capitalize on the crowd and everything that you had going on?
Yeah, obviously that was ideal. We were super opportunistic and got ahead 2-0 there. I mean, obviously that's exactly what we wanted.
Next question up front, please.
Obviously, this is not the end result that you both wanted, but this senior class has done so much during their time at UMass. I'm just wondering what you guys are reflecting on in terms of everything that you've been able to do to build this program and bond with one another.
Yeah, one of the things that we both really feel is, we laid it all out there all 4 years, and I think we can look ourselves in the mirror and be like, you know what, we gave it our all every minute for 4 years. Coaches holds us accountable 365 days a year, and we take pride in that, and that's why we had the success we had, and that's why this team will continue to have success.
Matt.
Bobby, was it important to you at the end of after the game, as you waited and for all of your teammates, you saluted the fans. You're the captain of this team. Was it important to you to kind of be that leader, be that unifier, be that person one more time to finish this, even though the result wasn't what you wanted, but to finish it on the right note as far as that role?
Yeah. Regardless of the situation, you got to be the best captain you can be, and obviously everyone was really upset right after the game, but we stayed together, and I was waiting for everyone to hop over the boards and get in line as a unit. And yeah, I've absolutely loved leading these guys, and I've gotten a lot of help from the senior class and older guys. But yeah, I love this group for sure.
Right here, guys.
Speak to the fight till the end. Again, not the result you guys wanted, but just going at it in overtime and just how the team kind of fought till the end.
Yeah, this program never quits regardless of the circumstances, and I thought we were ready to start the overtime, and I thought we played well. I think they got a good chance and they buried it, but always proud of our effort. I don't think there's a night where our effort's not there, and tonight was one of those nights that our effort was there.
This is for Bobby or Anthony. You guys came here. When you first came to the school, what were your expectations at your time at UMass, and just how does it compare looking back now?
I don't think either of us came in here being like, we're going to be a national powerhouse all 4 years. That was obviously we were coming into a great team. We had tremendous players ahead of us. We were playing with Kale, McCarr, and Mara Ferraro, and John Leonard, and all those guys. But from freshman year, where we just went at it, made it to the final, and then followed up the next year, and then followed up the next year, and followed up the next year, it was definitely exceeded my expectations, and so proud of what we accomplished, and it was a great 4 years.
Can you guys just speak to this season and what you accomplished in this season?
Yeah, I mean, we're champions. We won Hockey East, which was awesome, and we came in here and we were gonna slug it out in this tournament, and then unfortunately we came up short. But obviously, it's something to be proud of, I think.
For either player, I certainly didn't see any let up in your game, but what did Minnesota do after you got that third goal to stay in this game, I guess?
I mean, good teams are resilient, and they're a good team. And, they gave us a push. And, I don't know, they just battled. I mean, we were battling too, but I don't know. I guess I don't even know they scored. I don't know.
Good, Matt.
For both of you guys, Anthony just talked a moment ago about the guys that were here and the guys that you played with early. There are guys that are younger on this team that are going to look back and talk about having played with you guys, with Bobby Trevino, with Anthony Del Gaizo. What message do you want them to take as far as what the bar is now? The way you guys have left UMass hockey, where do you want them to look at it?
I mean, it's all out. Every time you're at the rink, it's all out. Even when you're not at the rink, it's all out. And I think that was our standard. And, I hope that they continue that. But every moment matters, and, everything we do, you do it with purpose. And that's what got us to where the program's at.
Bobby, this was a special season for you being captain of this team. Just what are you going to remember most about coming to the rink with this group this year every day?
Just the willingness to compete every single day, regardless of what we had going on, if you had a good day or bad day at school. But when we got to the rink, we were all in it together, and I think every single day, everyone was 100% pushing the program forward, pushing the standard forward, and that's something I'm going to be missing to be a part of. They've definitely pushed me to be a better person and a better player as a whole.
Last question for the student athletes.
Bobby, you played with Garrett in the juniors, and then when he came to UMass, you got to play on the line with him for 2 years. So just reflecting on that, how was it to get to play with him for all that time?
Yeah, I played with Waiter back in Waterloo, and he's a great player and a great friend. He's my best friend on the team, and I think that carries over onto the ice. I think we've had good chemistry the last 2 years, and I'm so happy he came here. And Josh, I've obviously only known for 2 years now, but he's my best friend too. I absolutely love both those guys. A lot of, I guess, points and whatever credit I get is largely part to how they work. And I'm going to miss playing with them. I don't know if I'll ever play with my best friends again, but yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, guys. All right, we'll take questions for Coach. Start here.
Greg, similar to what I asked the players, I certainly didn't see any let up in your team after you got the third goal, but what did your team do at that point, and then what did you see from Minnesota that allowed them to kind of stay in the fight there?
Well, they have an advantage on us that they have some really high-end players. Like that goal that, is it Nyes, is that how you say his name? That's ridiculous. It looked like Austin Matthews. He grabs the puck, drops it, and it's in the top shelf. What do? The game-winning goal, Myers just out-battles and out-wills our guys. In games like this, the difference makers make the difference. And I thought Bobby was going to make the difference. He had some bids there in the third and in overtime. And that's just the difference. I mean, we came out playing really well. We get ahead 2-0, and then they get a goal off a shin pad. That happens. But their difference makers were the difference. I don't think I don't feel like we lost momentum in the game. If you would have asked me just how our team played, would I be happy with it? 100%. I thought we played a really good hockey team, a really good hockey game, and played well enough to deserve to find a way to win. But, you know, we joked about it yesterday. Somebody asked about Ben Myers, and I was like, I hope he doesn't play, and Nyes too. And, of course, those two guys scored 2 big goals. But it's on us. We're killing a penalty, and the penalty is basically over. We try to ice it, and we shoot it into them, and that could have been down the ice, and that's how thin the margin is. But I was really concerned playing this team because we went out to Michigan, and we really got waxed out there. And I knew we were in a better place now than we were then. I thought our kids were good tonight. I thought they played well enough to deserve to win. But, congratulations to Minnesota. They had a very good team.
How'd you feel like Reed Lepster stepped up tonight? Obviously, 2 pretty huge goals for you.
Yeah, he's a streaky kind of player. He's been practicing and playing really well lately. We always have a player of the day in practice, and we gave it to him yesterday. He was scoring left and right, and he gets hot and finds ways. He's got a good stick, and so not that it took a lot of skill to put that in the net, but he at that line, Anthony and Cal and Levy. They're our second line. And our top 2 lines, if they're both playing well, which they were, it gives us a good chance. But I just never felt like the game was out of our control. They've got a lot of ability. And, again, their best players scored some nice goals.
Joe.
Coach, can you just describe what that moment was like, you and Bobby just embracing before you guys left the ice?
It's when we all got to UMass, it was a mess, and nobody understands what we've gone through to get to here. Like, you don't just. We have some draft picks now, and we're getting better players, but it was the character of this senior class that really changed things, and no one more so than Bobby. Bobby embodied what we were trying to be. Chip on our shoulder, like, prove the world wrong. Like, Bobby's done that his whole life, and we that was our only choice as a program. We lost 29 games my first year. How do you get a kid to come to a program and lost 29 games? You get a kid that wants to prove everybody wrong, and that's what we did. We had to find the kids that were under the radar. Anthony Delgaizo, Colin Felix. The kids in that class, Mark Delgaizo, Anthony's brother, who signed last year, Philly Lindbergh. What a class that is. We've had some really good classes. Kale and Mario and John Leonard and Mitch Chafee all in one class, and then these guys. I kind of liked recruiting when we lost 29 games. We got a lot of the right kids, and. But Bobby's just above and beyond all of them. His first year he was 140 pounds, and he just knocked people over. And I was like, that's the guy. This guy's going to lead us. And that's what he's done for 4 years. And I have so much respect for the kids who don't rush off and sign and go pro. It gets so old. Like, stay here. If you're getting developed well, if you're around people who love you and people who are pushing you to be better, you get to be in college once. You can play pro for the rest of your life. And Bobby's like, I'm coming back. And it's just another example of what you want from your leaders. He could easily sign everything last year, but he came back, and I think he came back for the right reasons, and that's refreshing to me. But boy, like, you don't understand. Like, I used to love watching Cale practice every day. I get to go on the ice and watch Cale Makar practice. I knew how good he was. I get to watch Bobby Trevino every day be the best and lead in everything, and the drive and the fire in this kid. And wow, it was so impressive. And I equate it to watching Cale practice, watching Bobby every day just push himself, and the chip never left his shoulder, and he never got arrogant. He never wavered from what his real true core is, and it's very rare. And just honored that I was able to be his coach.
Right here.
Does a season like this, where you guys kind of had to find yourselves and figure yourselves out, show the standard that you've brought this to almost as much as something like last season? Because I feel like you guys had to really find who you needed to be and go through more as you were trying to defend.
Yeah, it was a tough season. 10 new players, and it's a lot different for kids who come in like Bobby. When he came in, we weren't a great team, but now the kids come in and you're returning national champion, and they think it's going to be easy. They don't understand that. Like, it's now your turn to push things forward. You don't get to come in and just, we call them barnacles. You don't get to be a barnacle. You don't get to slap yourself on the side of the ship and go for the ride. And that's always my fear, is that, we start getting barnacles instead of kids that want to drive the boat forward.
We have time for one more for Coach, or one or two. Go ahead.
Coach, you talk so much about the seniors and the impact that they've had on the culture of your team, but what's the biggest thing that you hope that they take away from their time at UMass?
So we just spent a lot of time in the locker room with them. It's an extremely emotional time, and I told them my goal is to make it the best 4 years of your life. And you heard these guys. It's not hugs and kisses every day. No, that doesn't make it the best. The best is to challenge them and make them realize things that they didn't know they were capable of, while at the same time trusting you completely. And it's not easy playing in our program. It's hard. It's hard to coach in this program. It's hard to play in this program. But you get to a certain point where it becomes the norm, and you don't know any different. So the young kids in our program are like, they're not used to it. It's our only choice, right? We're a good program, but we're not Minnesota. We're not Michigan. We don't have 8 first-rounders. That's fine. I like coaching at UMass because it attracts kids that are like me. Blue collar, work for everything in your life. Nothing comes easy. And Bobby Trevino was exactly that. And that's all. That's why I coach. Like, winning's great. Winning's fun. And we get judged by it way too much. But the kids in the locker room know what they got for 4 years, and I'm always proud of that.
Last one for Matt.
Were these the best 4 years of your coaching life?
100%. My time at my alma mater was very special. Very, very special. But where we've taken this program to, nobody thought too much about it, to now we've earned a sort of pedigree that I'm proud of. And I'll say it one more time. If I didn't, I liked the way we played tonight. If in hindsight, someone said, this is how your team's going to play tonight, I said, I'll take that. Because believe me, the visions of Michigan were back in our head, where we needed Matt Murray to make 80 saves so we didn't lose by 10 goals.
You said a lot of really nice things about Bobby, but I think what Joe asked you was what was going through your mind as you were waiting to give him the hug at the end, and as you watched him interact with his teammates one more time. What was pride, sadness, a mixture of both of those?
No, just gratitude mostly. No sadness. Of course it's sad, but it's crazy. Like, I like when I can say to a kid, you don't owe me anything. You don't owe me anything. I owe you, and that's absolutely the way it is for Bobby. There's not many moments in your life that are really like that, where these seniors realize it's over, and you want to just be there to support them and be close to them. It's just kind of, family things, family emotions. That's all it is. But with Bobby, it's, I don't know. He knows we all know. It's not like anything needs to be said that's not already known. But just wanted to give him a hug one more time. I like hugging the kids.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.